Souvenir mugs do really well for us. We generally get them at our local spot for a quarter less a piece, or we come across them in boxes at the auction. We'll bid on, if there's like 4 or 5 boxes full of crap at the auction that nobody's bid on, we'll put $3 on it and go home with it. And we'll come across some stuff like this, and we always throw it up, but there is a lot of variance with souvenir mugs. I mean, you have to just have what somebody happens to be looking for. Being from Michigan, I know the Sulaks are popular, and that I knew this one would sell when we got it, and it did. It sold for a good price. We've had some that sell for $9-10, and we've had some that sold for $30. So it really depends on exactly what you're picking up, like everything else, obviously. But I would say yes, if you see a souvenir mug, go for it. This is another one of the Playtex 18-hour bras. Again, for us, we'll always pick them up because we can get them for 10 cents or a quarter. But, we sold ours on the lower end. I think we had it priced at $10 or $11. We accepted an offer on it for $8, as you can see. They do sell for more. They do sell for a little less. Price seems to range from anywhere from like $7-8 up to like $13-14. So, and they sell quick. The used ones sell a lot quicker than the new ones do. Not even going to get into it. It's a whole thing. But you know what? It's something that sells. It sells consistently for us, and we'll always pick them up. Now on this one, I am going to not limit us just to the Chippendale that you see in front of you when I'm talking, but as you can see, ours sold for $15 free ship. We held on to them for a while, not too long, but it was longer than I'd like. I would have liked to have seen them move out a little bit quicker than that. But Chippendale sells well. It does. It's an old 80s cartoon show, and but what I want to point out is this is a vintage Disneyland plush. So I would say that if we come across any vintage Disneyland, Disney World plushes, that we're going to pick them up, because generally that category is going to sell well. And that's what I'm going to suggest to you. You come across anything vintage Disneyland, anything vintage Disney World plushes, stuffed animals, if they're, under $1, I'd say grab them. This is one of those things I was just talking about that we didn't source. We came across it in a box that we bought at auction because we wanted the one thing that we saw in the box, but we had to buy the whole box to get it. And I wasn't going to throw away free inventory, so we went ahead and listed it, and it eventually sold. But they didn't sell. I mean, it's $10. Yeah, I know I just sold the bra for $8. And I said, yeah, let's go for that all the time. We'll do it because we know it sells consistently. This right here took a while to sell. It's not something we would source. It's not something we would, go after. It's really not, in my opinion, in our opinion, worth trying to find these vintage clown magnets and selling them. I'm sure there's some that are worth a lot. But as you can see in the middle screen here that I have set up, they're really not selling for much, all of these ones that I found. Again, you're going to have your super ultra rare vintage never released item that's going to sell for more, but we haven't come across something like that, so I'm saying no go. Coldwater Creek is always one of the brands that we will pick up. It sells well for us. I don't know who I heard it from. I heard from someone that they pass up Coldwater Creek, and that's okay, because I know we pass up some other things people say sell like hotcakes for them. So, but Coldwater Creek always sells for us pretty quickly when we list it. It brings a decent price. We picked this up for 10 cents. We sold it for $16 free shipping. I want to say we had it listed at 20 and we took 20% off because somebody sent us an offer. You can see over here the price ranges that they sell for, anywhere from $13 to $25. So we're at the lower end this time, but That's why we have best offer, is because we set an amount that we would ideally like, and then we set our best offer to the minimum amount that we will be willing to accept on this item. And sometimes we get full price, sometimes we get decent offers, and sometimes we sell it for bare minimum because we want to move the product. This just happened to be one of the things that, even though it does sell, it was within our range that we offer if somebody sends us an offer, and we decided to let it go. Here is another no-go for us. This is going to be vintage Corel. Now, once again, this is one of the items that we had gotten in a box lot at the auction, and we weren't going to throw away free inventory. To us, it was free because the one item we wanted was way more than worth what we paid for the box, so everything else was free inventory in our eyes. Wasn't going to throw it away. We sold this one cup for $10. But I don't know how we got that for it, honestly, because you can see over here that we have a 7-cup set for $15, or 8 coffee cups for $17, or a set of coffee mugs and plates for $10. See what I mean? It's really not a lot there to go on. You really can't put anything into it to be able to sell it for a profit. Came across it free, I'd list it again, yeah, but I wouldn't put 10 cents into it. We always pick up vintage cradle togs. They always sell. Actually, the one you see at the upper right now, that white and red, that's not ours, but we had the exact same one that sold recently, the one below it. We had that one as well with the pink and then the white chest. That one of ours sold. Now we've got the blue one over here on the left that sold. Cradle togs always goes out the door pretty quick for us when we bring it in. $15 free shipping, shipped first class. It's a no-brainer to pick it up. If you don't, you're throwing away free money. Day Trip is a brand that surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be worth it, especially because ours took so long to sell. We held this thing for freaking ever. Finally, we discounted it and sold it, got it out the door. But after looking through the solds for making this video, you can see that the price varies depending on the graphics. Obviously, you know, that's with the graphic tee by a specific brand, you know, there's going to be some that are more appealing than others. And that definitely seems to be the case here. The price range for the solds jumped from, you know, $5 all the way up to, you know, $17, $18 plus shipping for some of these. So definitely keep your eye out. If you see Day Trip, I'd pick it up. I'd give it another chance. And yet again, we have another sale from an item that was inside one of these auction boxes that we purchased. And this one's actually kind of irritating me right now. When I did the video for this, when I put everything together, at the time that we had listed this, the comps that were showing up for the solds were nowhere near what they're showing up for now. So I don't get what was going on, if there was some glitch with eBay where it wasn't showing the appropriate prices, but we priced this thing way too low. Somebody got a really good deal with us. I mean, you can see that these Disney Park initial charms sell for, you know, 20, 25, 30 bucks. So I definitely keep an eye out for these. If you come across them for, you know, a buck or two, a couple bucks, I'd pick them up. Okay, I don't know exactly who Eric Charles is, what this brand is, but there weren't a lot listed when I searched Eric Charles dress for the sold comps for you guys. In the listed, I think there was only like 15 or 20. And I mean, you can see the sell-through rate. We've got 2, 4, 5 here. It's got a decent sell-through rate. We didn't hold on to it for too long. Yeah, it is a bigger size, so I don't know if this is maybe a plus-size brand, but we got this thing for a quarter. It sold for $18 free shipping. You can see you got $27, you've got $30, you've got $22, you've got $15. I mean, it's definitely worth picking up every time we come across it. I suggest same for you if you see Eric Charles, snatch it up before someone else does. Honestly, if I remember correctly, I believe this is yet again another thing that we got at the auction. I remember buying a lot of like 7 boxes of household goods, at bowls, plates, and all kinds of crap in there. I think this was one of the items in those boxes, and I mean, we held on to it for a couple months. It finally sold for us. We really couldn't find much information on it when searching. I don't know how this person up here, you can see the very first one, they sold the same one as us. It was a JG Duran Pompano Tulip. It's a crystal darkest. My French is a little rusty. Hey, I took a couple years of French. Thank you. I don't remember almost anything, but I took a couple years of French. And anyways, yes, we would pick this up. We saw it for a couple bucks. I'm going to run through these last two pretty quickly because both of these are going to end up being no-goes for us. We wouldn't pick them up again. This first one, the MP3 adjustable armband for the RCA Lyra. I grabbed that at our local thrift store for $0.25. Figured, we really can't go wrong getting anything for $0.25. What am I out, $0.25? So, but no, it was the only one that sold in the last 3 months. There's a couple other listed. Not worth it. Pass them up. Don't pick them up. And on to the next one. The last one that we have, this is a small ceramic, unmarked, no maker's mark, nothing like that to identify it. Just a painted floral sugar dish. Now, if you look up ceramic floral sugar dish, ours is the only one that's sold. There's a handful of other ones out there. But being an unmarked, that's the very important part here. It's unmarked. Now, if you come across a Fenton or a, what's the name? Lefton. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. If you come across a Lefton or something along those lines, obviously those are going to be worth money because those are branded. Those are sought after. However, this not having any maker's mark, we're going to pass up stuff like this from here on out for sure.